Ladies and gentlemen, federal employees, welcome to this episode. My name is Dallin Haas. Today we're talking about the cost of living adjustments for your retirement income, whether it's your FERS pension as a federal retiree, Social Security benefits, etc. We're talking about how coming up in 2023, which whatever cost of living adjustment happens at the beginning of 2023 depends on 2022. So the year's not done, so it's not all set in stone, but we certainly have lots to talk about. So if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing, joining the community. And for everyone watching, we have a brand new training out about the 7 biggest mistakes that I see federal employees make all the time when it comes to planning for their retirement, especially as they approach retirement. So if that's you, there's a link below, completely free. Check that out. So over the last, right now when this is published, it's August of 2022. And over the first 6-ish months of the year, inflation was crazy. And some people are even saying, hey, inflation is going to be 10, 11%. And so COLAs, or cost of living adjustments, are going to be 10, 11%, where that means your pension, that means Social Security, that means those things are going to get an increase by 10 or 11%. Now, people love getting a big COLA, right? But what a big COLA means is that inflation was big. So overall, we like cost of living adjustments, but we don't want them to be too big because that means inflation was super, super high. Now, over the last couple of months, inflation has actually started to taper off. So the cost of living adjustment is probably not going to be as large as some had thought. It's probably going to be in the single digits, right? Not double digits, not 10 plus. It's probably going to be lower than that, which overall is actually a good thing, because that means that prices aren't rising as fast as they were before. And one of the biggest indicators of inflation coming down is the cost of oil. If you watch the cost of oil, so many other things are going to track along with that. And let me explain why. When the cost of oil goes down, well, does the cost of food go down? Well, kind of it does, because it takes trucks and it takes gas and it takes oil to transport food and to transport tons of things around the economy and around the country. And so when the cost of oil comes down, so does so many other things. So that means prices, when the cost of oil comes down, other prices have more wiggle room and could come down as well. We'll see how this all plays out in the rest of the year. But again, I'm going to keep you updated, especially as new numbers come in. But long story short, the purpose of this, you're going to see headlines of, cost of living adjustments may be lower than expected, things like that. And I want you to keep it all in perspective. If cost of living adjustments are lower, that means inflation was lower, which is good news. We like inflation to be lower overall. And the only exception to that is if you happen to live in a city where you are somehow totally in a bubble where inflation hasn't hit you at all. And so any cost of living adjustments would just help you. That'd be great. But for many people, inflation has hit them hard. And so what we want is inflation to come down, which of course COLAs will come down as well, but that's okay. That is okay. Overall, we like lower inflation. It's better for your retirement over a long term to have lower inflation. And certainly because the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, that is certainly going to curb consumers, right? They're not going to be spending as much, so inflation is going to come down as well. Now, it may hurt. The economy may hurt in the short term. We don't know. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but it'll certainly curb inflation. Prices will come down to some degree over the next few or foreseeable future. We'll see what that actually looks like. It's hard to always know. It's always a guessing game, but that is what's going on right now. So I'll keep you updated again as things change, as we get specific numbers for what these are going to be in 2023, and we will go from there. But again, check out the free 7 biggest mistakes of federal employees when they're planning their retirement. You can check that out below. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.